Hello on the Rockers. It's the sound of music today with queer singer-songwriters Robert Rene and Stewart Taylor. One's a Latino singing white people songs, and one's a white guy singing Latino songs. What's happening? With my co-host, model musician Steven Dehler, and me, your sassy host with the sassy most. Raise a glass, it's on the rocks. Woohoo!
Life is a banquet, and most poor suckers are starving to death.
I'd like to propose a toast.
This is On the Rocks with Alexander, where I drink with your favorite celebrities as we talk about fashion, entertainment, pop culture, reality TV, and, well, that's about it. So pop a cork, lean back, and raise a glass to On the Rocks.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
All right, buttons and bows and pantyhose, On the Rocks podcast, the place where we're too glam to give a damn. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at On the Rocks on Air, and on Facebook, On the Rocks Radio Show. Send us an email, book Steven and me for a pride, wedding, funeral, quinceañera, bris. We don't care, we'll show up. Info at ontherocksradioshow.com. Also send us your comments, your guest requests, and your guest questions. The show's presented and taped at Straw Hut Media. You can watch and or listen to our now over 397 episodes for free at ontherocksradioshow.com. YouTube, Facebook Watch, and I Love Gay LGBTQ and Bear World Magazine. All right, let's get the show on the road.
Very nice.
Returning to On the Rocks is our veteran pop culture reporter and co-host Steven Dehler. He's no stranger to the spotlight, working as a runway and print model. He's been seen on Will and Grace, Drag Race, and Todrick Hall videos. As a musician. Sorry. I'm going to come down.
Steven
Dehler.
Steven, and I'm Stewart Taylor. Okay.
Yeah.
Shut up, Stewart.
They're pretty. As a musician and dancer, he's appeared in burlesque shows, and his YouTube videos of him playing shirtless are very popular. Please welcome the Bubble Butt with the Brain, Steven Dehler.
I love that little nickname that you've given
Hashtag
me.
Bubble Butt with the Brain.
Bubble Butt with the Brain.
Oh, Lord.
Put it on my tombstone.
Yeah.
You know?
So today's all about music. And we're going to talk about social media. We're going to talk about the social media role in being quote unquote a qualified musician. But it's funny because your social media, you post your modeling stuff, you post your thirst traps and people go crazy. Then you post you playing piano, like these huge pieces, and then there's like crickets.
Right. Well, I mean, part of that is like the algorithm. If I post them like, where I'm like almost naked, then it gets a lot more views. But yeah, when I just post just chilling, playing music, it doesn't really get the extent of attention I would like.
That has to be like annoying though.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, for the most part, I'm just like, I just put everything I can out there just to get, if it gets the right attention. And I don't need all the attention, I need the right attention.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. Okay. All right, let's welcome our guest for today. Robert Rene is a California-born pop, dance singer, songwriter, and performer who blends movement and melody into a high-energy, nostalgic, and deeply personal music experience. From electrifying club stages to immersive visual storytelling, his work stands at the crossroads of 80s, 90s pop influence and modern dance beats. He now headlines Pride festivals and nightclub events across California and beyond, including recent shows at Dust Nightclub in Las Vegas, Pride Fest 2025 in Stockton, and the upcoming Pomona Valley Pride Festival, where he will perform as a featured headliner with singles like Color My Black and White, which we're going to take a look at today, Paradise, Nemesis, and Make 'Em Proud, along with vibrant music videos and a growing presence on Instagram and TikTok. He's building a community centered on authenticity, inclusion, and the joy of live performance. And I've had the pleasure of introducing him a number of times on stage. He puts on an amazing show, and his dancers, hi Nick, please welcome Robert Rene.
What's up, everybody? Nice to see everybody.
Also joining us today, Stewart Taylor is an LA-based singer, songwriter, dancer, and actor model. Since graduating from Berklee College of Music in Boston, he's collaborated with Grammy-nominated songwriters in producing, including Charlie Puth, and a whole long list. They've all worked with A-listers. His funk and R&B inspired debut single Mess Your Hair Up dropped worldwide in 2019. Following its release, the song was featured on Logo's New Now Next and Queerty's Top 10 Songs of the Summer. He signed with Billboard chart-topping label Sapphire Records. Following the release of his single Nightmares, MTV added its music video to MTV's spankin' new rotation in spring of 2024. In addition to writing for himself, he has penned songs for Romanian pop star Antonia, and a whole list of other people, Jujubee, Mohart, Manila Luzon from Drag Race, and as a dancer, he's appeared alongside Justin Timberlake in the No Angels official video. Nashville in early 2024. And that is a video, my friends, that you should see. He's an active voice in the LGBTQ plus community, and his coming out story was featured in the New York Times bestselling book, It Gets Better, Coming Out, Overcoming Bullying, and Creating a Life Worth Living. Please welcome Stewart Dehler.
What an intro!
That's a mouthful.
Great.
That's what she said.
Thanks.
Did you take one breath?
No, I took a line.
Like, damn, I'm tired for you.
That was my next question.
That was my cardio for the week. Clearly.
I love it.
All right, so before we talk about what you're currently up to, we're just going to start. I always like to start at the very beginning.
Okay.
You know, what kind of inspired you? Robert, you know, you're a SoCal native, born and raised. What is it about SoCal living that has kind of shaped your creativity and your music?
I think it's just all the arts. Everything's close by. There's musical theater. There's theme parks. There's LA with the music videos, and there's the auditions. I think it just had to do with all that stuff that's in California. Everything's so local, and you're able to audition for all those things. And I got to meet so many people while I was here. So I think that's what really inspired me, is just being in the place where it all happens. So,
and I think even gay culture too. You walk up and down West Hollywood. One club is playing, Latino music.
Yeah.
The next club is playing like the top hits, and then you go to Motherlode and they're playing
Britney
the
Spears.
80s.
exactly. And there's just something for everybody. You know what I mean? So I think you can go anywhere and you can always
like a
find your
melting
place.
pot.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And Stewart, you grew up in a small town outside of New York City.
Yeah.
What did your growing up teach you most about life?
Ooh, good question. Okay, so I lived in a small town in Connecticut where my mom is still a school teacher to this
that's so
day.
cute.
So it's very interesting that I came from there because I wasn't a rich kid, but I was living in a very rich bubble and kind of living outside of it almost.
Yeah.
And my mom is a teacher, my dad's an entrepreneur. I'm one of 5 kids, so.
You have 4 siblings?
Yup, and then I have 2 stepsisters too.
Did they live with you growing up?
No, later on. So
Where do you fall in the age bracket?
I'm the middle child.
Oh, the forgotten one.
Well, that's why I'm a performer, I guess. So I was like, I'm never going to get any attention at home. My parents were so busy taking care of the older siblings and then doting on the younger siblings that I was like, put me on stage, please. Let's go.
It's me, Stewart.
But I think growing up in a small town like that, it really gave me a thick skin. And you wouldn't think that coming from Connecticut or anything like that, but
I could see that because they can be very snobby. And I was born and raised in Orange County, which is very rich. But I had a single parent. It was my mom. She worked 3 jobs just to put me through school.
God bless
so
her.
I understood that dichotomy of being in a rich community, but definitely not.
And it's hard because with kids, no matter what age you are, what town you live in, especially if you're a guy and you're a singer and you're a dancer and you're a songwriter, like I was all of those things by like 7 years old. And so my town knew who I was, but it kind of turned around on me, and kids definitely bullied me a lot. Oh, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I'm good. I've been through a lot of therapy, everybody. But
no, but I think it's important that we share these stories because especially now in today's political age, we're getting bullied. Kids are being bullied, but even like people Steven's age are getting bullied.
yes.
Yeah.
And
He means I'm so young.
Yes, that's right.
That's right.
I think to answer your question in a nutshell, it gave me a really thick skin. It taught me how to be strong. It taught me that no one was going to make me give up on my dreams. I kept going home after going through hell in school and middle school and high school, and I'd go write my songs. And my songwriting got me into Berklee College of Music and got me out of that small town. So it prepared me big time for the real world.
So how did you go through a day of bullying and then you come home to a full house? Nobody was really able to like pay attention to what you were going through.
Well, I would just go to my room just like any other kid who writes songs, and I'd sit with my guitar and I would just write what I was
You play the
feeling.
guitar?
I do.
That's so butch.
Oh, so butch.
Right?
Well, I'm no Z Machine. Z Machine's one of my best friends, and he can shred. And but I taught myself piano and guitar when I was a teenager, and I would use them for songwriting. And I still use them for songwriting, and that's how I would just process what I was going through. Just walking through the halls and getting called. Am I allowed to swear?
Yeah, you can do whatever you
Getting
want.
called like faggot and getting called gay, but in a really derogatory way. This is like back in 2006, 2007, and just having people constantly write things on your locker and have things stolen out of your locker, and just people being really mean online, and back then we had MySpace and AOL Instant Messenger and all of that.
Gotta remember AOL.
Yeah, and kids.
M for M.
Yeah,
I love going away message. Or
I'm away. And here are my Ashley Simpson lyrics.
It was a trend for like
So dramatic.
I know.
I remember the trend was like you had to make like a really unique like going away message.
Or like I was dating a girl at the time, and I was like, going away. I love you, Brooke. You know. Or so I hope.
Hilarious.
Brooke today is like, mm-hmm.
Oh, I love
Sure,
it.
I bet you did.
Hey, I'm still friends with both of them, so
sweet.
There you go.
I didn't
Yeah.
get to date both, so whatever. But it's fine. We've healed.
Yeah.
But kids at the end of the day can be very vicious, and especially when it's online, when it's in the halls. And I have made that a point to always talk about it, even though I'm a survivor. I don't consider myself a victim. I consider myself someone who's thrived in the face of all that adversity, and I just want to continue talking about it because I know there are kids out there that are getting bullied right now. My cousin went through it too, and he's my late cousin, and I bring him up a lot. His name's Jack Reed. Visit the Jack Reed Foundation about learning how to walk through the world and be a kinder person and not bully people who are different.
I love that. And Robert, like you started dancing early. I think your aunt put you in a dance class like when you were 12.
Yeah, when I was like 12 or 13. Woo. So yeah, I mean, I always grew up dancing and singing and choreographing before I even knew what it was when I was younger. I grew up with young parents who had me at 16 and 17.
Oh, wow.
So I was very, I raised a lot of myself until I was about 9. And then I started living with my aunt and uncle when they separated. But yeah, same thing, a lot of the bullying. And this is in the 80s. So I'm like, a good, I grew up in the 80s.
21.
Yeah, that's right. Don't tell
He's
anybody.
21.
Yeah. So I grew up when the bullying was happening in our faces, right? And it was before there was any TV shows that had any representation and stuff like that. So no cell phones or all that type of thing. So I always just came home, and I was the kind of the kid that cried wolf a lot because I always needed attention because I wasn't getting that from my mom and dad at the time. Again, because they were young and they were doing drugs, and
And that's gotta be tough though. And
Yeah.
like not having like a firm foundation at home.
and there was even a point where I was like, touched by people downstairs, and I went to tell them, and they wouldn't believe me because I was always crying wolf to play. So I grew up with that a lot, and I just learned to use dance and music and watching music videos and things like that. Those were my outlets growing up the whole time, and I didn't really get into the dancing until I was like in high school. So, and that was the turning point where I started getting my confidence back with the arts, because that was the thing that always made you want to, burst out of your bubble.
Theater and arts have saved so many youth.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Oh, yeah. And exactly why I do music and dance now is for those same reasons, to sort of give back in hopes that people will listen to my music or my videos and have those same outlets. But yeah, it was difficult growing up in an age where there was literally just you or your parents. Like you couldn't reach out to people online or anything like that. I didn't have a cell phone until I was like 21. That was in.
And you also came from a Latino household, which is
Latino
very
household.
conservative, so you
Yeah.
had that going as well.
Yeah, for
Did you
sure.
get any pushback from your own family? Like, oh, look at, he's dancing again.
Well, yeah. See, I didn't come out till I was 18, and I'm sure they knew. I'm sure they knew I was, but again, there was no really representation. People didn't really talk about it yet. So when I finally did come out, I was really fortunate that my entire family, including my dad, who I thought would be the last person, was very supportive. So I'm very blessed that everybody in my family was very supportive over it. They didn't understand it because in 2018 it was 2000, year 2000. Again, I would show them the Birdcages. Like, what are we watching? The movie The Birdcage, right? Back when that came out. I remember vividly
That's what
showing.
we used to do. We had to show our parents. It's like, this is a gay movie. Just watch
Yeah,
it.
and I remember, and I really
exist.
vividly remember showing them the movie, and they were like, "What are you watching here?" Fast forward 10 years later, my uncle, the same person I showed him, he was like, "Have you seen the movie The Birdcage? It's the most amazing movie I've ever seen. It's so funny." And it's just the times, like they weren't ready for it in 2000. So yeah, it was a crazy ride, and it took a while for people to kind of grasp what was going on.
Now, for both of you, what was that defining moment? It's one thing taking a dance class and doing theater and all that, but then it's a different when all of a sudden your mind shifts. You're like, oh, this is what I want to do for a living.
Mm-hmm.
What was that defining moment for both of you that you're like, oh, I want this as my career, not just a hobby?
I think it was watching Janet, and because Janet's my biggest inspiration. I know that sounds really like cliche. She's my inspiration. She really was. I grew up
For a good reason.
Yeah. I mean, I saw her growing up, in their music videos for Rhythm Nation and all that stuff. I was really young, and I was like, what is happening? Again, I didn't know that it was that these are dancers and this is choreography that they learned. They have to audition. I didn't know what that was, but I knew I wanted to be those people in the background. So I started off as a dancer for a very long time. I worked for Disney. But I remember just saying to myself, I just want to do that, not knowing what it was at the time. So it kind of took me a while till high school. I'm like, oh, you can audition for these things? Like, my parents weren't in the arts. Nobody in my family was in the arts, singer, dancer, nothing, even up to this point. So they think I'm crazy sometimes, but they're really my biggest cheerleaders at the same time. Yeah.
Well, that's so funny that you said Janet, because today I'm wearing my nasty earrings.
Oh my gosh.
Here. I don't know if you want to get it.
Wow.
There's
still a synergy here.
I grew up on Janet, Paula Abdul, Madonna, Prince,
All the above.
MJ, the Jackson 5. Those
Yep.
were all of my favorite performers. That is so funny.
I know.
That you
And
said
I
that.
think we have a picture of you and Paula Abdul. You got to meet her backstage, or you got to...
Oh, no, we're friends.
Oh,
Yeah.
excuse me.
Yeah,
You
sorry.
said that
I love
record
you,
down
Paula.
real. I was like, no,
we're friends
we are
now.
friends.
No,
Yeah.
but that's the beauty of walking through this business and not giving up, because through multiple friends we ended up colliding and
How
getting
weird
to-
is that to meet your idols, though,
my
and then
God,
to
yeah.
be working alongside them?
It is insane, and I wrote some songs for her too, and we've spent a lot of time together. We had Thanksgiving together last year,
What?
and she was literally teaching
I'm free
me.
this year, just so you know.
Yeah.
She's so
don't even
nice.
think so.
Like, she's like notorious for someone that's like,
she is such
Yeah.
a
And
And her
sweetie
reality
pie.
show was
Yeah.
so good. I remember she had that thing. It's like, I work my ass off. Like, I say that line all the
loved
time.
her reality
But she
show when
has
she
been
had
a
it.
hard
She's so
worker, and
great.
she's overcome so much, and she's so resilient. She's overcome media making fun of her,
Yeah.
fans making fun of her, and she's still on top.
she's been to Abby
She's
many
still doing
times.
it.
Yeah.
She is exactly what you think she is. She's such a sweet person.
Yeah.
I still have my Paula Abdul cassette tape that I learned straight up
Oh
on.
my God.
She's like
And,
your friend now.
and I did straight up, sang and danced to straight up for a school talent show when I was 11. So getting to be like, hey
Yeah.
Paula, guess what? So that's incredible. My best
That's
friend
so
Khalid
funny.
O'Day is her makeup artist, and
wow.
it's just thank God I didn't give up. Thank God the bullies didn't win,
Yeah.
because
Right.
then you can be working with your idols and
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they're teaching you the time step during Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh my God.
It was she's great.
So funny. I met her the first back in 2007, and I was taking photos, and she was like, it was back when you were taking photos on a camera,
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and she was like, I love those photos. She's like, here, send it to me in my email, and but it's so funny because back when you couldn't just text it to another person, you had
Right.
to
Yeah,
email it to them,
The whole thing.
AOL.com.
She had to go through the whole 9 yards just to get that
Just take a
photo.
photo.
But yeah, she's lovely. She's so supportive. Anytime I do a new music video, she'll watch the rough cut and be like, I love that. I don't like that. Sorry, Stewart. I don't like that. But I'm like,
Hey.
no, it's all good. We'll put that part in slow-mo. And she's a champion for young,
Love
aspiring
that.
artists
I
and
love
artists
it.
in
That's-
general.
That's so great to know.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
still killing it too.
She was
I mean,
one of
she
my
did
favorites.
American Idol. She was championing them there. So
Yeah.
she's still at it.
We found our best singer in the
awesome.
country, Kelly Clarkson.
Yes.
I
love Kelly.
Love her.
So, Robert,
Yeah.
true, you worked for Disney for 20 years?
20 years with Disney with the
How did you do that at 1 year old?
I know, right? How did it?
Like, as a performer,
right out the
though,
womb, I
right?
just went right to the kid's arms.
What was the job?
Okay, so I auditioned when I was 17 for the Mulan parade. Mulan, we're talking 1999,
Wow.
yeah. And I didn't get it at the time, but they put me on a list and they called me, and I was carrying just the dragon, the underneath the dragon for the Chinese
Right.
parades. I was doing that. And I just sort of worked my way. I did parade support where I was giving the performers water and helping out with the floats and things like that. I would do character hosting where I was a host for the characters. I walk them out, get them back in on time.
You get
and stuff
upset.
like
You're
that.
like, I'm the performer.
Yeah,
I
I'm the
need to
performer.
be-
Yeah.
Don't worry, you'll get there.
Yeah, and then just being there was the motivation for me to keep working on my technique and all that stuff.
It's a
and then-
tough life working for Disney, from what I've heard. It's so strict.
It's tough to get in, and once you're in and you do your job and you are, reliable and whatever. I was so fortunate to do so many things. I worked my way up to parades, then I worked my way up to the union performers, those the stage performers, and I was even doing the choreographer for 4 or 5 years at the end.
And you have to do 5 shows a day or something?
Yeah, 4 or 5. Yeah, depending on the show. One of the shows we did, it was 6 shows a day.
Wow.
And and it was 6-person cast, and we sang and danced, and literally Disney is the one that kind of built my talent and
And that reason,
shaped it.
your endurance. I've seen you on stage, so if you haven't seen Robert perform live, you take it for a chunk of a half hour or even more.
Yeah.
And it's a non-stop. It's not like you sing a song and then address the audience. It's
Yeah.
a full thing, which you're dancing and then a ballad dancing, but it's constant.
Yeah, I try to make it a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, but it really is. But the stamina is like, girl.
I got that from from Janet. She said she would do the whole show on a treadmill or on a jumping thing, and I do exactly those things, and it helps like immensely.
So smart.
Yeah, it just
Beyonce does that too.
Yeah,
right. Sings on the treadmill.
she runs in heels or whatever.
Yeah.
Like she had the story of her father would like drive behind her.
Meanwhile, Mariah Carey's like, I don't do any of that.
She's like, I get
They walk me right
they
now.
lift me up and I sing.
Mariah is a legend.
She is a legend.
Mariah is a legend.
She's I'm a sip ringer. Let's not talk about that.
Well, and I've heard that there's, so I did children's theater for a while. That was my first like professional, and it was adults, but we would do like 4 or 5 shows a day. People don't understand all the shenanigans that goes on
Backstage?
Oh my God. Between the shows.
Yeah.
People are sleeping with each other.
They're
People are
sleeping with each
getting
other.
drunk.
Yeah.
Well, Disney
Drama?
recently made a lot of cuts. They cut like 100 cast members,
Yeah.
and then they were saying that they want to get the villains only during Halloween.
Yeah, but that was a rumor that they said. No.
Right.
I'm so sad where it's going right now because I still have friends and I still have a lot of people I'm connected with in Disney, and they just tell me that our entertainment's just shrinking. It's sad.
Yeah.
Everything's going to AI.
Yeah.
Survival of the fittest, everybody.
I know.
Let's go.
It's sad. Yeah.
Hunger Games.
So Stewart, Berklee School of Music in Boston. It's a very prestigious school.
Yeah.
And what were your best classes? What were your worst classes?
Ooh, best class was Cara Diaguardi's hit making class. She would hate that I just said that. I'm so sorry, Cara.
What's a hit making class?
It was her first semester teaching ever, and I think it was my 3rd semester at the school. And she immediately said, I do not like the name this college gave the class. It should not be hit making with Cara. But anyway, that's what it was called. She thought it was probably trite or something like that. But either way,
I would have signed up.
yes, it was
Like
a total
Faye
reality
Dunaway
show.
is your judge.
But,
But
imagine this.
Dunaway.
And this
she did
is
that
like,
reality show, the Star, where they made you a star.
yeah,
Oh, yes,
there
you're
were
right.
so many different ones. And but Cara, she handpicked us to be in the class. I think there were 27 of us, and this is pre-fame Charlie Puth, Betty Who, Ingrid Andress, myself, and a bunch of different producers and incredible artists that are also behind the scenes to this day. And she would pair writers up together and help develop us. And every single week we'd have a song challenge, and we'd have to work with different producers, go into the studio.
That's like a reality show.
Yes.
Yeah.
It could have been a reality show. It was so intense. I was like,
Oh my gosh.
what did I get myself into?
Yeah.
But-
It kind of sounds like a
now.
reality
Do it
show
now.
with the Cat's Eye.
No, they had one with Cara called Platinum Hit. It
Oh,
was
really?
it was a couple years after that. So it's been done, but
Yeah,
maybe
or
we'll
like
bring
making
it
the
back.
band like a Danny
Maybe we'll
McCain
bring it back.
stuff.
Or Songland. Bring Songland back, NBC. I want to go. I almost got on Songland, but it didn't work out. But it's okay. Either way, that was my favorite class because she paired me up with Charlie Puth and my really good friend, co-writer John Silos. I met so many incredible artists in there. Betty Who was in that class. It was right
That
before.
is insane.
Yes, it was right
Wow.
before she released Somebody Loves You, and she was developing all of us. She was kicking our ass, metaphorically, and
like a boot camp.
but in the best way. And I was never the same after that class in all of the best ways. I would have Charlie calling me up being like, hey, Stewart, come to my apartment. Let's go record a song. It reminds me of
Wink,
Madonna.
wink. Oh, no.
No, he is very straight. He is
This
very
one, this
straight.
one.
I love you, Charlie. But it was
Just like Shawn Mendes.
but it was so funny. This is like the queer going into the session. I like taught him my ab crunch routine in between takes.
Oh my gosh.
And
Like, what else do you do with a straight
Yeah.
guy?
Oh my
Like,
gosh!
Here's
Yeah,
it.
he was like,
Here's
"How'd you get
it.
those abs?" I'm like, "Oh,
Sweaty
show
on
me."
my body.
And like I give him pointers on the mic because he had really just started singing, and I'd say, "This is what I do to warm up," and blah 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 blah. But then he would give me pointers with stacking harmonies and building these enormous Trojan
producer.
horse of a track. Or tracks. The kid would constantly be just on his piano, on his keyboard, making these incredible productions. And I, in the beginning, felt so intimidated because I was like, oh my God, he signed to Interscope. He was just on Ellen. He's incredible. But he made me feel so comfortable. He was so complimentary and kind about my vocals. And he taught me so much that I still use to this day in the studio. And so seeing him break through for the first time and have a #1 hit all around the world was one of those. It was life-changing for me as well, because I was like, this is a friend of mine that I've worked with. It's possible. You say it's impossible because everyone loves to say it's impossible until it happens.
Yes.
I'm like, what about Charlie's song, See You Again, blasting out of car windows throughout the summer? I heard it everywhere. And in the club, I'd hear Betty Who in the club everywhere. And going on tour with Katy Perry. And I was just so proud of them. And it kept me inspired, even in the years after Berklee when I was in New York hustling. My least favorite class was probably arranging.
Which ones?
Arranging songs. I was like, no, I just want to write the songs and sing the songs and play my piano and guitar and sing the way I want to sing. I don't want to like build a country song right now, even though I love country. So yeah, Berklee College of Music was fantastic, and I'm getting tongue-tied. I have so much to say. Shut up, Stewart.
No, but I love that it was such a supportive environment. Like, you're happy for the success. They're happy for your success.
I'm so proud.
We here in Gay
them.
WeHo, we tend to not build each other up. And we get super jealous, even though your product is nothing that I can do. There's still this weird jealousy that
I don't like that.
down.
And guess what? There's healthy jealousy. There's also... There was this book.
That is very true. Healthy jealousy will challenge you to be like,
challenge you,
They can do it. I want to do it too.
Exactly.
And you hear that about so many people in the industry. They're like, oh, my friend did it first, and that showed me that I could do it. And I think it was the book, it might have been The Artist's Way or The War on Art, but there are so many different inspiring books on this subject, and they said the only thing another artist should be to you as an artist is an example and an inspiration. And I was like, yes. That.
It's so true. Absolutely. And especially coming from like my Disney background, like doing the music thing now, I think everyone always saw me as a dancer. So now that I'm doing music, all those people, it's weird. You don't hear from anybody, and you don't hear any sort of like encouragement or like, wow, I didn't know, or like anything. They don't want to hear anything about it. It's really weird. Like because I was a dancer. I was a dancer first. And I don't think anybody knew that I had any interest in music. And now that I'm doing it, everyone's in crickets. It's
because
so
when
weird.
you're doing it and you're hustling, people are like, oh, who do they think they are?
I've
heard it my whole life.
No,
and then when
I
you
feel
start
it.
having success, they're like, oh, can I come to the VIP? Can I come to the party?
Oh, they actually turn into it. Okay,
now I believe in you the whole time.
Yes, exactly.
But Robert, you have taught a dance class. Do you teach youth most often?
Yeah, well, I'm a professor of dance for Fullerton College. So I got my MFA from UC Irvine. So yeah, I have a class tomorrow, and I teach hip hop, musical theater, dance, hip hop, and stuff like that. So I'm always with the youth. We have the high school kids come in. I try not to go any more younger than high school, but
you get to teach them at a very interesting age, especially with today's political and social climate. I can't even imagine the conversations you're hearing.
Oh my gosh!
But what do you think are the biggest challenges for youth today? Not just a youth dancer, but you get to hear what your students are going through.
Yeah.
What would you say that generation is dealing with the most?
I think it's just a lot of them don't have the confidence anymore, or a lot of them feel like they need to be handheld through everything. I don't know if that was because of COVID or what, but I feel like I'm like up until like the past few years, I feel like I'm always needing to handhold them to do everything, or I need to explain to them to be full out, or I need you guys to really give me what you got and like show me how you want to perform. Like I didn't have to do that before back in the day. Dancers that were in dance class wanted it, and they wanted to like give it full out, and they wanted to sweat, and I have kids complaining about how hot it is, and you know what I mean. And I'm just like, what are you guys talking about? Yeah, and I don't know if it's spoiled or it's just this is how they grew up now or how they're raised, but it's like it's harder I feel like it's harder for the professor that grew up in a different way to teach these kids, because I feel like I'm on like another level with them. I have to be at 120 because I can say good morning everybody, and everyone's just like quiet. Where back in the day everyone was like good morning, like I don't know, like it's very different now.
I wonder if that's because most kids, they get their attention from social
media. Yeah.
So they're on this tiny little screen, and that's all they see.
Yeah.
And also with technology, we've made stuff so easy. To go to acting class when I was young, I would have to take 3 buses, and it would take me 2 hours just to get to acting class.
Right.
Now a kid can just call Uber and get there in 10 minutes. Where's that struggle?
Right.
Where's that having to work so hard for it?
Exactly. It's just spoon fed to them, right? You know what I mean? They don't feel like they have to work hard for it, especially when they can go online and take a dance class online at home, and they don't have to come at a certain time, or be dressed a certain way, which we have them wear the right shoes, all that stuff.
They're not used to being uncomfortable. I mean, if it's uncomfortable, that means you're probably supposed to be doing it.
Yeah.
And that's also part of being a kid too. Like I think it's such a mix of social media and the instant gratification of, oh, I did a TikTok dance video, and oh, maybe it got a lot of views or got got a lot of likes. And
Yeah.
we didn't so much grow up with that. Like, yeah, we had MySpace, we had Facebook, but it was nothing like growing up with
There's
TikTok,
no doom
Instagram.
scrolling.
I
You
didn't
sit
have
on your phone for hours,
Yeah,
just
no.
like going through photos and going through all those.
I didn't
ads.
even have Instagram until college, and that's
Same.
so same. No, but that's so.
Get like 2000s. I'm like, oh god.
We're talking about like little kids,
Yeah.
like little kids that are growing up
Yeah.
with TikTok,
And
and,
I
what
think-
that does to the psyche. I don't know.
And I think just
We'll
with the
find
world,
out.
the world of dance
Well, that's what I'm saying about
online.
the uncomfort part, because they're like, oh, if there's something uncomfortable that they see, they scroll past the next one. They
Yeah.
scroll past the
Yeah.
next one. So if they're uncomfortable in class because they're too hot, they're like, well, then I want to, like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
But
So-
also that kind of I think the tenacity you garner as and gain as a performer, like I remember being a kid and I had to have that drilled into me. It's like,
Right.
yes, you can be born with a hustle, but like
But did you complain?
oh, sometimes. Like, I remember
Yeah.
having a tap teacher, and she was like, okay, next time, don't complain so much. I was a
Yeah.
little kid. I was like, I'm tired. This is really hard. But you have to learn, like, hey.
It's tough
Yeah.
though.
Hey.
People
And
think,
yeah,
oh, tap is so
I mean,
cute.
it's-
Yeah, no,
it's
it's hard.
constantly
It's hard.
flipping
Yeah.
your foot.
But going to those rehearsals, like having your theater directors be like, come on, keep pushing.
Yeah.
Keep pushing. Push through the
We would
tires.
get
Like,
that all the
Yeah.
time.
you have to
In
remember.
choir, they would
Yeah.
yell at you all
Yeah,
the
you have to
time.
remember they're kids too, and it's like they're maybe not used to that, and
Yeah.
but I'm like, thank God I had people drilling that into me.
Yeah.
Thankfully, and you're doing it.
I'm
as
trying
well.
to do it,
Yeah.
because you also right now with the school system, like there's not a lot of kids going to classes anymore and stuff like that.
What?
They want to keep the numbers up, so they're like, be nice. You know, they want us to be nicer. They want us to be more forgiving for them being late and all this stuff. And I'm like,
Babying
I'm
them.
not. Yeah, and I'm not trying to prepare. I'm supposed to prepare them for the real world. It's not going to be like that when they go to rehearsals outside in the real world.
My
So I'm
toughest
like, it's a
teacher-
balance. It's
My
hard.
toughest teacher was 7th grade teacher,
Uh-huh.
and her name was Mrs. Rossini.
Hi.
I don't know if she's still alive
It's crazy
or
how
not.
yeah, you can remember that from so long ago.
I know.
But everybody knew her as like the toughest teacher. Like she was legendary.
Yeah.
But you made it through her class. You exited her class a totally different person.
Yeah.
And she was tough love. She demanded you do your best.
Yeah.
I saw kids go from D's to B's
Right.
because she demanded that of them, and
I
she
love
wasn't
that.
taking
Yeah.
it easy. And so it was like, oh shit. I mean, she was tough.
And that's what's hard for me too. Like I grew up where it was hard. You had to push
Yeah.
and you had to, give it your all, blah, 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 whatever. And then you have these kids just whisking by, and it's so it does get frustrating. But at the same time, I am sensitive to the times and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they do like me because I am more sensitive. But it's a challenge.
I still like being a hard ass. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I've gone back to Berkeley to teach, but
Oh, have you?
You do it lovingly.
Yeah. You kill them with kindness, right? I know. I
Yes.
get it.
But
that's
still
that's
being-
more. That's tiring though sometimes.
I think it's just like how you say it and being like, well, let's try it this way, because that's like how songwriting is, how dancing is, like,
Yeah.
and there are different types of people, different types of coaches, but I'm so thankful for like, hi Dee Alexander and Dawn Rickenback back home in Connecticut. Like they were my theater teachers. and
$10
they-
per shout out.
Oh
This
my God.
ain't a free show here.
But they were like, be on time. Like if you were on Broadway right now and you did that, you'd be fired right now. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my God, and I'm getting fired.
Yeah.
I've had
And-
vocal teachers and acting teachers that they lock the door when it's time. And if
Oh,
you
yeah,
miss
it's
it, you
really
miss
done.
out.
I've seen that in
Yeah.
college too, and you know what? But like, it taught me respect. It taught me discipline, and I love those kinds of teachers. Kara was such a lovely teacher, but also really, rigorous in putting us through her boot camp, saying like, hey, I used to work with Warner Bros. Records, and I was the liaison between the artists and the producers and all of that kind of stuff, and.
Yeah.
Some of you aren't going to make it, and some of you will, and you got to keep working your asses off when you leave Berkeley. And I like people like that.
Me too.
Yeah.
They're intimidating, but I like them.
All right, let's talk about the queer quotient, like what I like to call it.
Okay.
When you decided to go professional, when you decided to put out your first single or whatnot, did you make the conscious decision, well, I can release it and be my queer self, or I'm going to kind of hide that and put it in the closet? Did you make a clear decision?
Did you make it clear?
Yeah.
Did you make a clear decision to be like, I'm going to be an out performer? Was there any trepidation that maybe you should keep that on the down low for just a bit?
No, I don't think there was anything for me.
What with that hairdo? I mean,
Yeah,
come
I
on.
mean with the hair. I mean, don't ask, don't tell.
The higher
yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Me and Dolly Parton.
No, but yeah, I didn't have that in mind. Like I knew that if I ever had any interview or I was gonna ask, I was never gonna hide it. But what's funny is that a lot of my first music videos, I was always playing a straight character in the videos because of the song, and I kissing a girl in the video, and I thought that was going to be a problem, but I found it challenging, and it was something that I wanted to do just with my acting chops and things like that. So no, but I also feel like a lot of people thought I did. I was trying to hide it because of the videos. Like all the videos I did in the beginning were with I had a girl counterpart. And
why? Where did that decision come from?
Well, I think the songs were based off of characters that I knew that were straight. So I was like, I'm gonna play the roles as the characters, and I'm gonna have the scenario be that. And I was fine with that. And I'm also not the type that's just like, here I am now, I'm proud. Like, so I was totally fine with that. I was more excited about playing. I don't want to play me all the time, you know, in a way. So I wanted to challenge myself with those videos, but I did get some backlash for it. People were like, well, are you trying to be gay? Or are you trying to be straight? And it's just like, I'm gay, yeah, but I played straight for these 3 videos that you saw, yeah. So.
Well, I have to say, both of your music, and this is no offense to queer musicians out there that are all like, cunt, nails, hair, like that's their song. Okay, it's very gay, it's for that audience.
Right.
Both of your music is very universal. The stories that you tell about breakups and relationships and joy, like it's very universal. It's not like I said, cunty nails.
You're right, and I feel like
we can do that.
We can.
I've written those songs.
I got some good No, but yeah, and I feel you find
universal cunty nails.
Yeah, exactly. And I think I find that hard to get gigs for like the Pride events sometimes because sometimes they're looking for a little bit more that.
I could see that, but you put on such a damn good show.
Yeah, and it's just trying to get past that barrier and making sure they see me first. Yeah,
but it's like, do you perform in a Speedo and you're like, no, I'm legit. Like,
I mean, I'm not going. You know what I mean? And
love Speedos though.
Oh, yeah, I don't mind looking at it, but
I mean,
I think people are legit. They perform in when I don't know.
Yeah.
But just like if you're in a Speedo and have muscles and then you're auto tuning the whole show, that's not a performer. You know.
Exactly. Yeah. And go ahead.
Yeah. I love the pompadour, by the way.
Thank you.
I absolutely love it.
I'm close to Jesus.
Did you try to hide?
Oh gosh, this is such a loaded question for me. I'm like, breathe, Stewart. I have
Stewart, breathe.
Stewart, breathe. We were talking about this before. All the fun pop culture characters with my name. I'll do some voices later for you. But I think this is such an interesting question, especially for people who started releasing music like a decade ago, even though that's only 2015, 2016.
But even if you look at like David Archuleta's journey.
I love David.
Yeah,
no, I'm so proud of what he's accomplished. And he just did a song called, I think it's Held Together, with my friend Sam DeRosa, who went to Berkeley with me, and him kind
this school is like full of like celebs.
Stars.
Yeah.
No, it's just, I mean, it's a melting pot of the kids that were like, no, I'm doing this and I'm not giving up. And she wrote that song with him, and I guess it was about his mother saying, well, if you're going to leave the Mormon church and they say you're going to hell, then I'm going with you because I love you. And
this was a while ago, and it has a choir. I've had the opportunity to interview one a number of times. Yeah,
so I'm very proud of him. But I will say, in this industry, like trauma, there's so much trauma behind it because I've heard it my whole life. I've heard it from kids in school, and then going out for American Idol when I was 16, 17, and then having people in the industry reach out and say, yeah, but it's a little too gay, or you just got to keep working on it, or people that were so hesitant to actually sign queer artists. And then all of a sudden you had Adam Lambert coming out and seeing him have a #1 album as the first openly gay artist to have a #1 album, and knowing how much that meant to me and other artists that were trying to find their way through the industry. So I love you, Adam. And I got to tell him that one time at an event, and I was like, I love you. You're so great. Here's my number.
He was the lead singer for Queen for a while, right?
Oh, he's still the lead singer.
Amazing.
I saw him in Jesus Christ Superstar.
Oh, was he?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I saw some videos, but
he's just amazing.
He's really nice.
To fully answer your question, sorry, I went off on a tangent. It's been hard, but I've always been one of those people that wants to say F you, and I'm gonna be myself. I don't care. And George Michael, who I also look up to, I loved this interview where he said, I'm not going to sanitize myself and make myself less gay. He said, I think it was to Oprah or something. I love you, Oprah.
I love that word, sanitize.
Yeah,
It's like
sanitize.
that's what you're doing.
And
It's just
he-
like you're almost like cleaning off your homosexuality.
And he said,
it's like, we're not dirty.
He was like, I don't need the support of people who do not support me. And
Yeah.
I've taken that lesson throughout my journey in the industry. And guess what? There are tons of queer artists now. There need to be more.
Yeah.
There need to be more.
It's right there.
But there need to be more. Which one?
Sure, he's done this before. He's an entertainer.
Entertainer. But, you know,
That's
like-
funny. That's why David Archuleta redid Faith, or Gotta Have Faith.
Oh,
George
he
Michael,
did?
yeah, on the anniversary of the song, the 25th anniversary.
Good for him.
wow.
I
Yeah.
love David, and I'm just so happy that he's found his way. And Creme Brulee, that song
I
he
love
released.
that video,
oh,
too.
It's
Well,
so
talking
good.
about
That
adding
video's so good.
and adding some Latin flair, which we're going to talk about.
Yes.
Yeah. I just
Oh.
wish he would use some hair gel. Like, he's rich. Why don't he just buy some hair gel?
I can't speak to his hair
Hair
because
gel?
I'm not sure.
hair's like-
I don't think I've ever had a problem with his hair. Hit me up, David. You're really cute. Guapo.
No, he's adorable, but like, of course, I'm the one with like flyaways today. But,
No, your hair looks great. It's good
I
slick
know,
back.
today. No curly cues popping out.
Now, do you think it has been limiting though? Because it's a very fine line, you know.
Right.
Do you think that you might have gone farther if he would have been a straight presenting performer?
Yes.
I'm
mean, yeah,
sure
the
you
answer-
have.
Because
Yeah.
I've been told that so many times in this industry, and that's why. Can I put the middle finger up? Is that- That's why I've been like, F you to all of those people that are homophobic in the business. And the same people that were telling me that like 10 years ago, like, oh, this will never get signed. This is like I won't say what label, but this will never get signed. I can tell you're talking about a guy. I was like, well, screw that. I'm going to write about my truth. And then 10 years later, you have Call Me By Your Name, Lil Nas X. And I'm like, okay, I wonder what all of those people who told me no are thinking now.
Yeah.
And that song went #1. So we've come a
Well,
long way.
even Sam Smith, you know, the way
Yeah.
that he plays with sexuality at whatever size he is,
I
you know,
love
he's
them.
really
Yeah.
taking that. Okay, so let's talk about
Oh,
some of your.
hold on. You have to answer, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I have to shut up.
No, you're fine. Well, I don't think I've been in the game long enough to experience a lot of what he experienced, like trying to get a label and things like that. I've sort of just been making my own lane with my music and just trying to find a place to perform. I think that's because I have a career on the out. Not that you don't have a career, but you know, I have something. I've literally been doing everything by myself, like trying to learn how to like make music and produce and you know all this stuff.
And
so
social media.
and social
You've gone
media,
viral on
yeah,
social media.
yeah, social media. Like you know, what I mean, I had a manager right in the beginning. He passed away a couple years ago, so I've been sort of just
You
like
overworked him, girl.
yeah, I did. I did.
You can either laugh or cry.
I know, right?
The gays are too much.
I did. No, I did.
How many times did you post today?
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I haven't. I'm being honest. I haven't got to experience a lot of that yet because you know I haven't really went out and tried to get a label or anything like that. But I'm not gay enough. I've gotten that for sure.
I've gotten that too.
Yeah, I've gotten that. I've gotten that.
Wait. Is it not gay enough or not sexual enough?
I think both.
Yeah.
Both sexual.
I think that's what they probably mean. Like, oh, you're not.
Even
Yeah,
like my
yeah.
close
Like-
friends and play, maybe you have to be a little bit more, or have dancers that have less, or you know, or bring up a drag
Your
queen. on
dancers
that,
are
and I'm
damn
like,
sexy
yeah.
and they're fully clothed.
Yeah.
Shout
and
out to Nick Young.
Yay,
we both
Nick
work with
Young.
Nick, and he's fantastic.
Yeah, all my dancers are fantastic.
Hi, Nick.
Yes.
But,
Yeah, labels
So
don't like they don't like they don't want you to have like layers. They just want you to be one thing and
Yeah.
keep doing that one thing over and over again. And there's like that's not what an artist does. Every artist reinvents and like, adjusts and
exactly.
And that's
Yeah.
why you should mainly listen to the people that you respect
There you
and
go.
love and not listen to every single opinion.
Yeah.
Because the fact that you and I have both been told too gay, not
Yeah,
gay
gay
enough,
enough,
blah, blah,
right.
blah, blah. It's
Yeah.
like you can never make everyone happy. Just do your own thing.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Yep.
And be yourself, be your own artist. And and wear your pompadour high.
Yeah, I'm wear higher.
They say you'll come
The more
and be like-
knowledge, the higher it's gonna get.
There you go.
All right, so
Yeah.
for our audience that is not familiar, we're going to take a little peek at some of your work.
Okay.
Stewart, today is the official release day of Emilio.
Wow! Congrats.
Thank you.
Congratulations. So Emilio is based on a true story. You had
Yes.
a tumultuous relationship, but it was not a relationship. You were not allowed to have this relationship, but it was there.
Well, my last relationship was tumultuous, and I wrote
We don't
my
have
song
5
even
hours.
about that. Don't worry. No, so I'm just saying because
Emilio part two.
Emilio is probably gonna watch this, so
Chapter
it wasn't
one.
Is his
tumultuous.
name actually
Yes, it
Emilio?
is.
Emilio.
I
God,
told
you didn't even
Emilio.
change the name?
I didn't.
love it.
I got his
He's
permission.
being true to the self.
Yeah.
I actually came
Well,
up
his
with
name is Emilio, so
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Love
just
you.
like
It already tells you the whole story there.
Ooh, no, I actually came up with the chorus of the song standing face to face with him. I came up with it like that. I was like, Yo me amor prohibido, because I saw a Selena shirt. I love Selena, and then I was like, ooh, you're like us. We're secret lovers, baby. And then I was like, and then I
Okay,
immediately
but what's
went.
the story?
The story was we were working together.
Jesus Christ,
No,
man.
You're making it.
can't wait.
When
He can't wait
Alexander gets
anymore.
whiny, I know he's excited.
Just to protect him. Just to
I wanna
protect
know
him.
this. I wanna know the drama.
Just to protect him, we were in business together, and I'm not going to say where, but we were, and there
You'll
was
just
like,
use his real name.
there
is
was
all.
like, well, no,
That's where you're gonna
No,
draw the line.
yeah.
It's
That's
a Pinkberry.
fine.
We opened up a Pinkberry.
well, I don't need to tell you where he
handle.
works or anything like that, but he was. Oh, thanks,
I'm just
baby.
kidding.
No, but like we weren't allowed to date. Like we both
What
would
does
have.
that mean?
It
Because
was
you
like
were working
because
together.
of politics and things like that.
Romeo
What
within
does
the-
that
Juliet?
mean? That's politics right there.
Politics
Yeah.
within
What do
the
you
industry.
mean?
It's
because
like
he was
in a
straight
higher
public?
up. No, because he was in a higher up level than I was,
Oh, okay.
and there was like a
HR would be
there
an
was like
issue.
a no dating policy, and this is a couple years ago, and
How
I
dare
was
them.
just so smitten with
Naughty,
this guy.
naughty.
He is so guapo, and but I got his permission to release the song. He heard it before anyone else. He loves it. He just messaged me about the music video today, and
And he
loved
quit his
it.
job so he could.
No.
He's gonna be in the music video.
Yeah.
right now.
Oh my gosh! I was like, anyway, Emilio. Emilio's
Jerry
so
Springer.
hot, and you know, like that thing, that person you can't.
Into
have
the
that-
microphone, sweetie.
Oh, I'm so
He's such
sorry.
a professional. Where's my camera? Where's
Oh,
my
sorry.
He's excited. It's
I was
alright.
become with emotion.
Yeah, I
I was
know.
beside
You're
myself with
overwhelmed.
emotion. But he's hot. He's got curly hair. He's Latino. I wrote a song about him, and I directed my first music video about him, and
This
it
is
came
your
out today.
directorial
Nice.
debut.
It is.
Yeah.
Now to talk about you, it's bilingual,
Yes.
and there's like a little rap in it too.
Estoy loco por ese loco.
Now, did you have any trepidation being a white person, being like, let me speak Spanish
No, because I grew up speaking Spanish.
in Connecticut?
Yes, actually. So here's the
Wow.
thing. I grew up taking Spanish classes. All of my favorite artists, besides Christina Aguilera and Christina's bilingual album,
Yeah.
that was, I think, her second or third record, I listened to that. I watched Selena with Jennifer Lopez on repeat on TV with my siblings. Like, we loved that movie. It's still one of my favorite movies to this day. J-Lo was fantastic in that.
Spoiler alert, she dies at the end.
She what? Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
What? Haven't
Sorry.
seen it. Oh my gosh,
I love
wait.
you, Selena. Te amo. And then te amo or me amo. Whatever.
Whatever.
Te amo. And me amos tú. And so I grew up with that music. I grew up with Shakira, Alejandro Sanz, Nelly Furtado, and Julio Iglesias and Enrique Iglesias. And I would sing along to their music, and that's kind of how I passed Spanish class at first in high school, because I was like, what if I sing one of Ricky Martin's songs in Spanish
Yeah.
and do a report on all of my favorite Latin artists? And so I did that a lot and passed Spanish. But then
So you didn't even have to come out then.
Yeah.
like,
You're like Ricky Martin.
I feel like
La vida
I feel like
loca.
we're always coming out, like, as
Yeah.
queer people, like, again and again and again,
Yeah.
to some people that, in one way or another. But I really think that I know that Spanish was part of my upbringing. My dad actually got me interested in it and gave me all of his little cassette tapes for learning Spanish on the go. So thanks, Dad. And then getting to sing it, it just happened naturally. Over time, now I've written several songs in Spanish or in Spanglish,
And
as we
I've
call
heard a
it.
rumor that like Latin guys are like your thing. That's a rumor I heard.
I love Latin men.
And also according to your Grindr profile. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't put it on that profile.
He's like, it's
Latino
not
up plus.
My friends will be like, "Oh, you're seeing someone? Is he Latino?" And I'm like, "Yes."
Oh.
I just
Oh my
love
God.
them, and they always find me.
So let's talk about the star who plays Emilio, Armando Eleazar.
Yes, incredible guy.
He just performed with Bad Bunny on SNL.
He did.
He's in the movie Kiss with a Spider Woman with J-Lo.
Yes.
True or false? You stalked him when you first met him? You stalked him backstage? Is that a true story?
Yes, I was sitting
told me. No.
at an AHF performance that my
He's here,
bestie. Oh, come on, Armando! I was watching a show that
I actually looked. I'm such a blonde. I was like, what?
Well, my bestie Khaled O'Day, who's an incredible makeup artist, he was working on an AHF show.
We love AHF.
Yes, we do. And
AIDS Healthcare Foundation, in case you don't know.
And they were doing a show for West Side Story burlesque style, and Armando
fun.
was
Wow.
the lead. And I was sitting next to a friend, and I was saying, okay, let's play that game. Who's the star? Like, who can we not take our eyes off of? And I love doing that in any performances. He's pouring more vodka. I love
I'm
it.
trying to do it discreetly. Jesus Christ.
He's like, oh, this is going to be a long-winded story.
I'm doing this.
I love it. I love it. Hey, pour me more while you're at it. It's all good.
Here you-
but
right here.
But I saw Armando perform. Oh, hey.
Yeah.
It's all good, babe.
Latino, too.
Oh, you are? Oh, me gusta.
you are.
He doesn't even like tequila.
Oh,
Yeah.
no tequila. Well, anyway, I saw Armando perform. I thought he was absolutely incredible. Could not take my eyes off of him. I went backstage and I said, I want to put you in a music video. You were iconic up there, and I need to get your info right now. And my friends and I could not take our eyes off of you. And that's how I really look for a star, especially if I'm like developing an artist or writing with artists like Saranda. Go check out Saranda. She's great. Latina pop princess.
$10. Another shout.
Let's go!
But how funny.
That's
And
like-
he must hear guys come up to him all the time like, I'm going to put you in a music video. And it's
Yeah.
like, mm-hmm.
Sure
No,
you
but
will.
I really
you
do
did.
it. I really do it. And actually,
It's a very
the-
old school
the-
thing to do, too.
Yeah,
it is very
Yeah.
old.
But I love
discovered.
casting all of the people in my music videos, whether or not they're friends or back in the day when I was working in a restaurant and, you know, working with so many different kinds of people, all actors, dancers,
Yeah.
different races. Like, that's how I've casted a lot of my music videos
I
in
love
the
that,
past.
though. It's part of
Yeah.
your life that you can see. Cyndi Lauper did the same thing.
Oh,
You know,
I love
her mom was in
Cindy.
all of her videos.
I was thinking about her a
And
lot
her
today.
aunt and all of that.
And her dog was
I love
in
her.
Girls Just Want to Have Fun. So,
I love it.
but Armando actually was supposed to be in my last music video, Even, and he got tapped to work with J-Lo on Kiss of the Spider Woman. I was like,
He's
go
like,
work with
Oh,
no,
yeah.
no.
He's like,
I was like, go work with J-Lo. I'm gonna hire Nick Young because I just met him.
Yeah.
And he was fantastic. And then I was like, and then I'm gonna get both of you in my next music
There you
video.
go.
Hi, Nick.
So hi
was gonna say,
Nick, we love ya.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so Xavier is our wonderful engineer. He's behind the scenes making this happen.
Hi, Xavier.
Let's take a little peek at Emilio, released today. Yes!
Yeah, I want to watch it now.
So go watch the full video. That was just a little peek. It dropped today. But we have to talk about where you filmed it. It is so iconic. It's Jules Catch One. It was opened in 1973 by Jewel Tice Williams, who we just lost this last year, by the way. She was the first female queer person to own a bar in the U.S. And Jules Catch One was among the first black clubs in the U.S. And it was the first black club in California, black queer club. And at that time, women were not legally allowed to tend bar. They couldn't be bartenders.
Wow.
So in order for her to be able to she was like, oh, I have to open it. So she raised the funds and she made it
Open
work.
her own.
So she's
That's
like,
how you do
I'm
it.
not a bartender, I'm the owner.
You're right.
People that
Create
have
your own
performed
lane.
there, Whitney Houston, Luther Vandross,
What? I didn't know that.
Janet Jackson,
Oh,
Donna
wow.
Summer, Whoopi Goldberg,
I love
Rick
it. We
James,
love her, Janet.
and Madonna have all called Jules Catch One home at that time. I
didn't know that.
What was it like
Wow.
filming
That's
there?
awesome.
This is iconic.
Well, I just have to say, Jewel was a black lesbian
Trailblazer.
entrepreneur. I watched her whole documentary on Netflix. That's how I actually found out about this wonderful place. And, you know, story has it, it ended up being right next to my dance studio that I would pass every single day with my
crazy.
choreographer, Julie
Serendipity.
Bediante.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, Stewart, you know, we should check out Jules Catch One next door because I'm pretty sure I could get us in there. So thank you, Julie. And I toured it and I was like, I'm not filming anywhere else. This
But
is
here.
it.
And that history
And
there.
the history there, knowing that so many queer people have crossed through those halls, and back then I heard from the documentary and from people that I've worked with in the industry, they're like, oh yeah, we used to carry around a pencil and a piece of paper, and that's how you would catch one. You would give them your number on a piece of paper, old school. There was no grinder, so you had to meet them in person. And
Remember those days?
think about all the love, heartbreak, dates, breakups, the joy, the pain, the dancing through the pain, singing, the dancing together to celebrate the victories for the queer community. That's everything that I felt walking onto that dance floor with that iconic disco sign. And I'm so thankful that they let me film there, and Music Cares also helped fund part of that.
Oh, that's great.
So thank you, Music Cares, because they helped me during the fires and all of our different times of woe and worry in LA, because we had writer strikes, the fires, yada yada yada. But
you're like the Jim Carrey of music, I swear to God.
Jim Carrey.
But Jules Catch One, like what you said, it was a safe space, and it was one of the only places that queer Black people could have fellowship, because they couldn't in their own communities, because we know, especially during the 70s and 80s, Black community didn't want gay
It just breaks
anything.
my heart.
But a number of Black queer folk are there, and we're there, and that was the only place. Also during the 80s, during the AIDS epidemic, she opened up the bar for free nonprofit meetings and all of that. So it became a center.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. So
Yeah.
I mean, you're even telling me things I didn't know about the venue. I knew certain things from the documentary, but it's just, there's such beautiful history inside those walls, and it looks beautiful on camera. And I wanted to take the energy of all of those people and souls that have been there before me, that I stand on the shoulders of, and just say thank you and give that back. And unfortunately, I never got to send it to Jewel. I filmed it a couple
Her
months.
spirit was probably there.
I hope it was.
sure.
Well, actually, she was still alive when I filmed it, and then a couple months after we filmed, she had passed on. But you know what? She
like
worked.
a white boy in my club.
Oh,
No.
she's like, hey,
Singing in Spanish.
you know what? Music is universal. Shakira
That's
sings
exactly-
in English.
Yeah,
Michael
yeah.
Jackson is sung in Spanish. Beyonce sings in. Not that I'm
that
any of
Spanish?
those artists. No, he did.
No, but
I just
you're
can't
right.
stop
He's
loving you in
yeah,
Spanish.
in Spanish.
Yeah.
Justin Bieber, Despacito. You know, you have Selena
I think it's,
singing
I think
in
it's
English and
respectful when
Spanish.
artists translate their songs into other languages.
I'm just
you know?
celebrating
absolutely.
music and culture, and I love the Latin
Yeah.
community and the culture. I grew up with it, and they're amazing. So, shout out to all of you.
Was that the Celine
there it is.
Dion?
Oh, you know what?
That's Celine Dion.
Oh, I love Celine. Probably from growing up with Celine Dion. That's where
That was
that came from.
definitely a little bit Celine inspired, for sure.
Okay, Robert, we're
Yeah.
gonna take a little peek at Color My Black and White. It's such a dynamic video.
Yeah.
Tell us the story. Tell us about the day of filming. It's a big crowd that you got together.
Yeah,
Tell me about how you built all this up.
So quickly, we had an online thing where we had everybody sign up. And if you wanted to be a part of it as a drag queen or
love
an
when musicians do
extra
this.
or a dancer, you got to learn the choreography from a video. They had to go on. There's a Dropbox and all this stuff that we had. We had like 70
I
something.
love that.
I know.
It's like a flash mob, but in your video.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
we had a big sign up for that. We had about 70 people that joined. I wanted to create a place where anybody can come in, whether you're a beginning dancer, intermediate, gay baby. This is helping.
Cheers to that.
An all just inclusive environment. So I wanted to see who we could get. I got a lot of college students, a lot of just dancers I never met before. So we wanted to create this place where it's like everybody is welcome, and that's what the song's about. It's about LGBTQ plus community and how they bring the color to my black and white days. Not only mine, but other people's as well. So it's a big tribute to them. It's really dedicated to them. So yeah, it was crazy. We did it in 6 hours, by the way.
No way.
That's actually
No,
that's
we had
crazy.
I did 6 hours for one close up.
No, we had.
Yeah,
And then he
literally.
sneezes in it.
Yeah,
so-
we
And
paid-
then my hair's sticking out.
There's this little curly cue in the corner.
No, and we honestly couldn't believe we did it in 6. We literally had 6 hours, and then we had to get out of there because they were
That's
going to.
crazy.
I don't know how
night.
you did that.
We had everything. I'm a choreographer.
You made it
too.
work.
So we directed everything. We had every shot done. We had it panned with the camera. On the day we weren't there, and all this stuff. And I don't know. The grace of God, it came together
That
perfectly.
reminds me of Paula Abdul, though, because she knows exactly her storyboard is in her mind, and she knows exactly. I'd be like, come on, let's
That's
do it.
exactly what I
With a
did.
Diet Coke in her hand.
I thought I pulled out my clipboard, and I'm like, this.
Was it Diet Pepsi with Gene and Kelly? I
Yeah,
forgot.
yeah.
Diet Pepsi.
Yeah, Diet Coke.
Maybe it was Diet Coke. I don't
It
know.
was Diet
I
Coke.
remember
Yeah.
Diet Coke.
Enjoy.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah.
All right, Xavier, if you will, let's take a peek at Color My Black and White.
Yeah.
Got that pride, don't hide you. Make the world look beautiful. No, you color my black and white.
This is called Yoast.
Oh, I love that move.
Yoast.
Where's yours?
It's in Santa Ana.
I can't believe you did this in 6
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah, that's
But you're a dancer and you were prepared, I bet.
right.
Oh, yeah.
Very
I knew what I was
Yeah,
meticulous.
but still to wrangle.
It's
a
so
group of
hard.
people
It's
like
so
that.
hard.
There's a dance break. So we were very Britney
Yes.
Spears. Britney Spears.
Drive me crazy.
That's so
Drive me crazy,
crazy.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
This is
I love
awesome.
that.
Yeah.
And you had
It really
those
is
people
great.
show up.
Yeah,
being
all
like,
of them, and probably 80% of them I didn't know.
Oh, I can't.
But
wait to
they
watch
were
the whole
so
thing.
excited. Yeah, there's one
Did-
of my dancers. Yeah,
Would you learn all the choreography that day, or just like
They learned it off a video.
off the video?
Yeah, and they just put
Oh.
it together formations
And so
that day.
That's awesome.
That's so
They were
great.
one step ahead of us each time. That was the outside view.
That's beautiful. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Literally, yeah.
This is like a throwback to those retro music
Yeah.
videos.
Yeah, kind of gives me
That's-
crazy vibes.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
exactly what I showed them in the video when they signed up. Now, this is what we're going for. We're going for crazy, Britney Spears. 'Cause I remember when I saw Britney. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly what we got. Crazy. Like we couldn't have asked for
Great
a better
job.
turnout.
This is
Yeah.
really good.
6
Yeah.
hours. Oh my
I
Six
think that girl
hours.
was dressed up as Britney right next to you. She was wearing like the white pants
totally
and the
with
pink
pink.
tank top.
You know what? You put good
Yeah.
in, you got good out.
Yeah,
That
it
was
was
so
great.
And I have to tell you, that
That's so
infectious energy you see in the video, when you see him perform live, that's exactly. You get people dancing from little kids to
Yeah.
everybody. You really, really do a good job.
The little
And
kids are always the best.
I believe it comes from a place of sincerity.
Yeah, it does.
You know, your audience
clearly
knows.
love it.
We
Yeah.
know performers that are so
Yeah.
fake and phony.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I love my LGBT, and it's like, no, you don't.
There's a difference. There's a difference between
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
it for
yeah.
the fame and doing it for the
Yeah.
love of the game, and you like
Exactly.
love
Exactly.
it.
And I think that's part. I really just do it because I really enjoy it, and
Yeah.
it literally got me out of my crazy space, and really brought
So
me.
well
yeah.
done, though.
Yeah,
Well, you
Yeah.
look so
that.
joyous
Yeah.
and beautiful in that
yeah.
video. Muy
Thank
guapo,
you.
perfecto.
Gracias.
Watch out.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
We're gonna
no,
collab.
no,
We're gonna
no,
collab
we're
now.
gonna collab.
Yeah, you're gonna write something for me.
Well, so let's. We're running a little bit over.
Oh, yes, we are. I'm
and
sorry.
We have two pages more questions, but we're gonna end. We're gonna talk about personal life a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about your life on the personal side as it relates to your profession, love and dating. Robert, you've been married
Yeah, we've been together 12 years.
12 years.
Yeah.
Where did you meet your boo?
I met him on Grindr in 2013.
No!
Yeah, I did.
Back when,
I swear.
back when people like were on Grindr for like
yeah.
those reasons.
Yeah.
No, I have friends
Yeah.
that just got
Grindr's
engaged that
now
met on
become-
Grindr.
Yeah.
It can
Really? That's
happen.
still-
That's why you have to go to Sniffies.
And this is 13 years.
You have a
This
baby?
is 13 years of.
Stewart, I'm not to that port yet.
Sorry.
You just showed me a baby on Papa.
I'm a papa.
Oh, Stewart, you're my inspiration. Oh, I want to be a dad.
Let's do it.
That's awesome. Okay, I'll shut
Sorry.
up.
And
Yeah,
here's
best believe.
breaking news. No, this last year. Thank you, Stewart.
Edit that out.
He showed me a video.
Yeah,
I mean, a
sorry.
picture.
On Valentine's Day this last year,
Uh-huh.
you welcomed a little baby girl
I
into your
did.
life.
Little Kylie Rene Felipe.
Xavier,
pretty
I think we have a
name.
picture. If
Oh
we
my
can
gosh, do you really?
flash that up? We'll flash that up.
Yeah. It's okay if you don't. I'll show all the pictures. I have all of
He
them.
just showed me a picture, so
Yeah,
that's why I
super
said
Yes,
cute.
we all know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay.
That's all right.
So, Robert, what in this crazy world? You're working on your career.
Yeah.
What made you decide? Oh, now's the time to have a kid.
I'm at the point in my life where I'm just so happy and content and confident and financially stable in my life, where I felt like I really want to just
Financially
bring-
stable in
Yeah,
LA?
yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I know.
He's winning.
Maybe not particularly from my music.
Push the chair out
Not
the-
from my music.
Meanwhile, our chairs are falling apart.
Yeah, me and my partner combined, and it's even a collaboration with just like family as well. They're just waiting for us to have somebody and have a baby. And we've been talking about it for about good 4 or 5 years, and this was the year. This was the past year. We were working on it for 2. So we're ready, and now that she's here, it's been like, yeah, where have you been all my life? Like literally, I know that people don't, I know it sounds a little cliche, but
No,
like right when
really.
you see that baby, like everything switches, and it's just like, I don't even remember my life before,
Aw.
and I don't even remember like having the extra time or whatever that is. Like it doesn't even faze me anymore.
So
Yeah.
how do you maintain your mental health,
Yeah.
maintain a healthy relationship with your husband,
Yeah.
and now your role as a father? How do you mix all that?
It's just, well, I have the support from my husband, Justin, and then my family in general and friends. Like, I have their support. I've had their support for years. So if I ever have any sort of like, oh my God, what am I doing? Whatever, it's always to them. So I have the support. We have the help. She motivates me more than anything in the world. If if anything. So
It probably changes every lyric that
it
you
does.
sing.
It does. It does, and it also just makes me push to do what I love to do, so I can be that example for her. Like, hey, do what you want to do in life. You know, to be happy. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
Yeah.
So now that she's here, I can't tell you like how like protective I am of this little being. Like, it's crazy.
Congratulations.
That's inspiring.
Yeah,
That's
and
so
you know how people say
inspiring.
like, I would die for my child, but it's like you want to live
Your
as
whole
long
life
as you
changes.
can
Live
your
for
child.
them.
You want to
Yeah,
live
yeah,
for
yeah.
them. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I'm very happy. And I know that a lot of and really quickly, like in the industry, a lot of people, I get a lot of like hate about it, or
Really?
like, a lot of like
Sure.
they don't think we should have children, or
Because
when I
you're so
post
busy,
things,
or you're in the spotlight?
when I post things about me and the baby, like I don't get as much interaction, or I don't get as much like feedback from that when I do it.
Isn't
It's
that weird?
interesting.
It's like-
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Leaders
just
don't know.
this is like actually
that's
part
just
of
sort
my
of like
life.
that's sort of like
Yeah.
entertainment in general. They like it better when you're single, and like
Yeah.
the availability is.
What about all the icons like Beyonce?
Yeah.
I mean, they
Madonna.
transcend that.
I know,
Yeah.
but they like. I guess there is a lot of that in the industry. Like, oh, you should like if you have a kid, you can't go on tours freely, blah blah blah. But
Well,
I think I
They
didn't
can
know you
afford
had
to go
a
on
kid.
tours.
Yeah,
They
and
can
it's
afford
yeah,
it.
that's
I
right.
bring her
Yeah,
to
that's what
rehearsal. I have
mean.
videos
That's
of me.
it,
She's
yeah.
at rehearsals.
But that's beautiful.
Already.
And also,
Nice. That's
you're so
awesome.
professional.
Nice,
You come into you do your gig, and then you go, and I'm like, can you stay and drink? And you're
Yeah.
like, no, I gotta go.
Yeah, I'll
Aw.
sometimes have a drink, but I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta go home.
As someone who wants to have kids one day, as a
Yeah.
queer person, like I
Yeah.
feel like you have a calling for it, or you're just like, nope, not my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of
Thank
the.
you
You're very
for your
welcome.
story because that inspires me.
If you ever
to
have the
that one
opportunity,
day.
do it.
I'm going to.
Well, no,
one
no, no.
day.
If that's your thing.
If that's your thing,
that's
yeah,
your
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah. You
And
have
you
to
know,
want it. You have to want
My
it.
mom
have to.
hated kids from beginning to the day she died. She hated kids. But she had me very young. She was 21. And she said it changed her whole life.
Yeah.
As
Well,
far as
good.
our relationship was concerned. She still hated everybody else's kid.
yeah.
But,
Yeah.
like, for
She
me,
did,
she's
she
like-
did.
And she's like, but you know, like,
no, I get it.
She
Yeah.
said my
She's
whole life
amazing.
all became about me,
You,
and
right,
all of that. And
exactly.
nobody taught her how to do that. Nobody taught her how to be a
It's
good parent or
instinct.
anything.
Yeah.
It's instinct.
And it is how you have it or you don't, honestly,
Yeah.
I think. 'Cause-
I'm
Yeah.
proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, she's amazing. Yeah.
So are we gonna have a song that's just dedicated to her?
Yeah, I want to.
Let's write a
I really
song.
want to. Let's do it.
I wanna write a
I
song
would
with
love
you.
it. I would love the help. Yeah.
Awesome, let's
I'm
do
definitely
it.
I'm not the best songwriter in the world, but I would love help.
I don't know about that. You
Let's work
you might
together.
surprise yourself.
Yeah.
Well, we're
Yeah.
creating moments.
Yeah. yeah.
We own the rights.
Yeah.
On the Rocks presents.
Yeah, let's
That's the
do
name of the
it.
song,
Let's
On the
do
Rocks.
it.
Stewart and Robert.
For a child.
He's married. Okay, I'm talking creatively.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's what
Absolutely.
we meant. Like I'm saying, like, but the song
Yeah,
name
yeah.
could be On the Rocks, but just for a kid, like On the
That's
Rocks.
a good idea.
By the way, for $5.99,
On the
you
Rocks
can
of my
get your
baby.
own.
On the Rocks of my baby. Xavier, write that down.
How much would you sell this for?
It's not for sale, boo boo.
Okay, well,
Oh.
for $1,000, you can get your very own On the Rocks
After all your
flask.
free
He's at
commercials, you're
$20,000.
like,
I'm trying to help you make
I said
$1,000 off your
$29.99.
flask.
20,000.
get your tuition at Berkeley College of Music today.
Yeah, I love it.
off
So
for sale.
Stuart, let's move over to you then. I'm gonna need another little bit of this. Before
Let's do it together. Let's do it together. Cheers.
Can you pour me some after?
A little
Just a
splash.
splash,
A
because
little
we are
splash.
gonna-
Cheers, good. Just a little
A
splash.
little
Yeah.
smorsh mash.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Just help me.
Cheers.
We have the whole bottle.
My baby's waiting. No, I was kidding.
For $5.99, you can get your very own On the Rocks.
$5.99.
No.
Free 99.
Recreation. You can get a recreation of this bottle for $5.99. Only on Etsy.
$20 shipping fee.
No, but Robert.
Sorry.
Before
this
we
a
get to
trash
Stuart,
can?
real
We have to
fast.
go out.
Robert, I have to know though, as a married couple though, keeping that relationship alive with the stress of having a kid, with the stress that you're out, you have to be in Northern
Yeah.
California at one point or
Yeah.
wherever. How do you keep that relationship romantic? How do you keep the spice there?
It's giving it to the grandparents when we need to have our own night out.
Yeah.
Going to Vegas
It's
for a
keeping
couple days.
tonight-
It's
to date
keeping
night.
the date nights up, right? And also
Yes.
realizing that it's not 50-50 all the time. It's 50. It's 20-80. It's 10-90. You know what
Equity,
I mean?
not quality.
And sometimes she'll need to be gone. Yeah.
No, but
So,
I
yeah,
think
you know
that's
what I
so
mean?
important. But at times it flips around, and
Yeah.
you're
Then it's
you're there.
opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love that. No relationship is 50-50 all the time.
Ever, yeah, and I think that's a misconception for some people.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it should be every free, but no, it's like no, you have to give more sometimes, and the other person's gonna give less, and you got to sacrifice your night out for he can do his business or whatever. So, yeah, we're very opposite what we do, so that
really?
also helps a lot too. He's a business guy. He doesn't dance. He doesn't sing. He doesn't.
That's probably good though. He's like,
yeah.
yeah.
He's like, I love this, you know. But and I'm just like, are you watching? Like, you know, that's everything. What did you think? He's like, it was nice, you know.
Can you be more constructive?
Yeah,
No.
can you be? Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing I love about him, because he's very like, he'll tell me like, that was not it, or you don't look good, or you need to change.
Do you know how important that is to have?
Yeah.
Not somebody that's tearing you down, but that's
No.
like your honest person.
Yeah,
I think
had-
so many couples are like,
Yeah.
and behind they're like,
No, he will not let me go.
I
Yeah,
love
looking
that.
crazy.
like he wouldn't let
That's
you
what
with
I
like
love
hair
about him.
sticking out while you're trying to do like a nice little clip.
You know,
Yeah.
if that ever happens, I will get out of my chair and,
I'll bring
help
scissors
you fix
next time,
it.
just
I
say
got
it.
you covered.
All right, Stewart, now you're in the hot seat. You want to take a gulp?
I don't know yet.
So we've
Relationship
seen
stuff.
some of like your singles have been about relationships. It's about the man who got away. It's been about the one you were not able to have a relationship with.
Yeah.
How do you mix love and dating with your career?
Funny question. It's just part of dating me. It's part of the way I process my life.
Do you date a lot? Are you dating? Are you in a relationship? Like,
I
what's
do
happening?
date, but I'm also really picky at this point in my life, because I've had a lot of people where maybe I saw some red flags, or I'm like, this wouldn't work for me long term, where I thought I could marry them, but then I was just like, we're just
Marry
not-
them?
Yeah,
Jesus.
no, I actually do want to get married. I have my sights on someone right now.
It's not Amelia.
Do it quickly, because we might.
Amelia doesn't
What's her handle?
live in
Yeah.
California.
But how scary is that?
Yeah, like we might not be able to next year.
Yeah, I don't know. Amelia
right.
doesn't live in LA anymore, so muy prohibido. But
okay.
we're good. He can totally get it if he wants. So
You're ready to
know I'm
marry
in
somebody
LA.
else, and then oh my God,
I'm
I can't with
keeping
you.
my options open.
Yes,
I'm in the
as
hot
you
seat
should.
now.
Yeah, you are.
Like, hold
You're
on.
sweating. You're sweating.
Am I? Just
No, you're
pat
not.
it right
Yeah,
there,
tapped it
darling.
already.
No, but I think that's when someone is dating me, usually they find out very quickly that I am an artist.
A little crazy.
That I'm un poco loco, papi.
Yeah.
I love that
Living
song.
la vida
Estoy
loca.
loco por ese loco. Only want to know the taste
Well,
of
I'm doing
vanilla.
Un Poco Loco from Coco from Disney, but okay.
Coco. But anyway, I think people are going to see that. My ex-boyfriend, who I love very much still, we're still
Emilio?
friends. No, Emilio and I never got to date. I wrote a really nice love song about him called Nightmares, but it was like, and he was like, you wrote
Really
a
nice
song
song.
about me called
Yeah.
Nightmares? Oh, God. And I was like, no, you take the nightmares away, baby. And then he was like, oh, okay, that's cute.
okay.
He was so supportive of everything I was doing as an artist, and he's an artist too, which is so rare in this world to have people
I don't
be
think two
champion.
artists can date.
I would never.
No.
I
No,
liked
no,
it.
no,
Only
no,
be one
that
star.
works.
There can only be
you
one
know what? We
star.
wrote songs together, and it was very romantic.
They were
but-
big hits.
But he understood. Maybe someday he understood me though, and I think you have to be willing to sign up for that if you're gonna date someone like me. My ex still calls me, okay, Stewart Taylor Swift, go write another song about me. I'm like, I've got another 12 coming out. And I'm like, I love Taylor Swift, so that's the biggest compliment you could ever give me. And
But the new album?
I like it. You know what? It's cute. It's got layers. I love Elizabeth Taylor. Favorite song?
Elizabeth Taylor?
Very song.
Elizabeth Taylor is a song on the new album. Haven't you heard it, darling?
Do I have to pick a favorite song?
tried.
Yeah,
Elizabeth
My
Taylor.
mom's
You've ever
name
met.
is
I
Elizabeth
couldn't even name
Taylor.
you one of her
So
songs.
Yeah, I mean,
I couldn't
yeah.
name one of her songs.
Well, there's
She's
this-
like vanilla
It's more
ice
like
cream
I
to
think
me.
that album's like Taylor not so
well,
Swift.
actually, she talks about opening her legs in her new
Yeah.
songs. She talks about
Nobody needs
wood.
that.
She gets
Wood.
kind of raunchy in it, and I'm like, you go, girl.
And she's so rich and famous. Why can't she get a BBL? She has no ass.
She doesn't need one.
She can't sit down on a chair. There's nothing there. She's
You
like,
know what, Taylor Swift? I love you.
Whatever. Enjoy your
I
mega, enjoy your
fit.
mega fiance. I don't
Oh,
care.
I love how they were like, your English teacher and your gym coach have now gotten engaged, and I'm like,
Like
this is
the
so
most
cute.
basic white people you ever heard in your life.
Hey, we don't want Taylor Swift
At the
fans.
barbecue.
I am not hating on Taylor
That
Swift.
is so funny.
So
I
fucking
like Taylor
basic.
Swift, and we don't need her fans coming for us because they get
Oh, I
scared.
don't care.
I really
They're
don't
like,
care.
try it.
They can't even
They can't
they can't even
spell.
spell.
Yes, I love you, Taylor.
They can't
No,
even spell correctly.
but you're either like it's like your husband. I'm sure you're either
Yeah.
ready to date someone and commit to someone who's in the industry or you're not. I've had
Yeah.
people say, Stewart, I would date you, but you're in the industry. I want to have a very private life. I can't do it, and I have to just respect that and be like, well, whatever. You're not meant for me anyway.
But that's
Yeah,
part
yeah.
of it. But
It's a
that's
balance.
also,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know, when
that's hard.
you're single, your career is your first relationship. And
my
I think
baby.
That will always be the case. And if,
Yep.
yeah. Okay, I know. Sorry, Xavier, we ran over a little bit. Here's the last. We have pages of questions, but
Keep going.
Keep going.
no, we're on the timeline, girl.
The meter's on out there. My
Yeah.
car's still there. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
But the sun is setting.
Yeah, no.
It's set.
I'm about to turn into a Ogre.
I think I say a pumpkin.
Okay, sure.
I just watched. My daughter likes Shrek now. Anyway, so I got-
Everything's about the kid now.
Sorry.
So final question. What kind of legacy are you wanting to build with your content? So when people look at your library of stuff, and we're talking on your deathbed years in advance, you're like, this was my legacy and I built this. What do you want that legacy to be?
You go first.
Yeah, I think it's authenticity. Just being this person was always who he was from top to bottom. He always did what he wanted to do. Didn't let anybody do any, move my head any other way. Always kind, always welcoming, always allowing anybody into the circle, whether they were high level, low level. You know what I mean? No matter where they came from. I think that's my biggest thing. Is that this person was kind and authentic, and true to himself. That's what I'm going for right now.
Amen.
So, yeah.
I think that's so great. And you and I, we've done events where there's been a crowd. We've been events where there was like no crowd.
No, yeah, I performed for 7 people.
The artist
and
journey,
I
everyone.
remember leaving like that was like we traveled all this way, but I met you, and you've gotten me, other gigs, and you were the.
But here's the thing: there was literally 7 people
There were literally
in the
7 people
audience.
watching the audience.
But you gotta perform for them like
He put on the whole
Yeah.
half-hour show with his dancers. Hi, Nick. And there was 2 little
Do you need
girls
a
in the
number?
audience.
Yeah.
You made them feel like superstars and part
absolutely.
of the show. But
Yeah.
you did the full show.
We did the full
and
show.
it was so sincere.
Yeah, and I always tell the dancers
Yeah.
that too. I'm like, we
I
go
love
out there
that.
like there's thousands.
And as
You know what I
artists,
mean?
we're going to have those gigs that we're like, oh, what the?
Yeah.
Well, Lizzo talks about that before she really hit it big. I think she did some big festival, and I think she had 4 or 5 people in
Yeah.
her tent.
Lady
And
Gaga
Lady Gaga
used
Do you
to
remember
that
that?
one
I was gonna
video.
say Lady Gaga. Do you remember the
She used
videos
to
of her like in
perform at
Brooklyn?
Trunks.
Yeah.
Well, she,
At Trunks, too.
in Hair Lounge, but like, there's a video of her in New York where she's like literally at some like little tiny
Oh, I saw
party.
that, yes.
in
Yeah.
the corner of like some balcony with her 2 backup dancers.
They didn't have a stage show. She had to do it on the stairs.
Dancing.
Yes.
Not
You
even on
have
the
to give
stairs.
it your all.
Yeah, just dancing as if there was
Never know
no
who's
tomorrow.
watching. Yeah.
And that's what you like because you love to perform.
you just love
And
what
guess
you do.
what?
Yeah.
If you're gonna try and be on the world stage and kill it, you better kill it at those clubs
clubs,
at the
yeah.
Brisk.
Yeah.
and where the queers and queens and girls and days and gays are all gonna judge you, but you gotta bring it. And I like performing at a club like it's a stadium. Thank you,
Yeah,
Lady Gaga. I
absolutely.
got that from you.
Do you do this at dates, like at dinner?
What's up?
Like,
You're shy.
You're so
Energy.
stupid.
What do I do? Interviews?
I guess that is
You're
a
like,
date.
where's my
kind
camera?
of.
I'll have the risotto. But for you, what kind of legacy do you want to build?
I love everything you just said, authenticity, but also I always think like this when I'm making new music videos because I love film and I love directing now and editing the music videos.
And
I
your
love,
directorial debut for
yeah,
this video.
Emilio's out now, everybody, and I love.
He's gay?
Yeah, actually bisexual, baby. So hit me up. Whoa, I'm on that spectrum. But I think in the grand scheme of things and looking at the bigger picture, I always think, well, would I be happy with what I've left behind if I died tomorrow? I want to have a long life. We're not guaranteed that. None of us are. And
Trust me, I
Yes.
You want a
And
legacy.
and you want a legacy, but also I want to leave something behind that I'm proud of. And when I put something out, I'm like, okay, they'll get a glimpse of who I was. They'll get a glimpse of the passion and my music and my art and what I loved and what I still love to this day. And I hope that follows me after I pass away. I hope this ends up on someone's timeline years from now, being like Stewart's last words, blah, 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 blah. Or like, he knew. How did he know it was coming? But
No, Betty, who's going to share it? Be like, can you imagine I went to school with him?
but I just think it's
Yeah.
so important to like what you were saying with Janet Jackson and those music videos you watched growing up. I remember watching those music videos on VH1 and Behind the Music and oh my gosh, and David Bowie and all of those people that inspired me. They were all different. They all went against the grain, and those are the only artists I really care about
Right.
at the end of the
They
day.
said no when they were told no, and you're like,
Yeah.
no, I'm saying no to your no. And
But
they
be
did it
different.
anyway.
It's okay if you're different. I love different people. I love the weird kids. All the weird kids that we grew up with, and we were one of them probably.
The party monsters in New York?
Not like that. Not like that.
That's in Connecticut.
No. Oh my gosh. I
They're
met
like hanging out
Michael.
with Stephen Sondheim in his basement.
Oh my No, but like a lot of the weird kids become the people that become the trendsetters, the Lady Gagas of the world.
The weirdness was there.
And the David Bowies of the world, and the people that we respect and love, and Shakira. Like we all have this thing inside of ourselves that made us want to get up and sing and dance and perform and get on that towel on the beach like Taylor Swift.
Yeah, the underrated underdog.
By the way, did you see the photo of Shakira where the Vogue was attaching the lie detector to her hips because her hips don't?
No way!
That's hilarious.
Never knew that she could dance.
Look at Vogue, and like they there's a photo of like Shakira with her like the lie detector on her hips.
Shakira.
Hips don't lie.
That's really good. Why haven't I thought of that?
Speaking of lying, I lied.
You lied.
We have one more thing we have to tackle.
Okay.
You were in Justin Timberlake's Lakes No Angel video.
Yes.
Which is a great video, by the way.
Thank you.
It's all like zombified and angels and demons and whatnot. So here's the hot topic, and I want us all to weigh in. Fans asked for their money back. Justin appeared in Ireland for a series of concerts, and he spent most of the time doing the microphone to the audience, so they asked for their money back.
Aww.
He didn't even sing a whole song by himself.
He's not going through a good time right now, is he?
Yeah. No, he isn't.
Well, he's performing in Ireland, so like he's not so. So here's the thing: we go to concerts where people are lip syncing the whole thing.
Right.
So why are we
Performing is
mad if he's doing that? Should they get their money back or not? That's the question.
Okay, so I'm like, I have to speak on this.
And you worked with him.
I did. I worked with Justin for 2 days on set, like 4 a.m. call time, 12, 13-hour days. I played his bartender, dancer. I played a zombie, grabbing him and all that. Like, I had fake blood all over me.
You guys have to watch the video.
It's really fun. I love gothic horror. I love rom-coms and I love horror movies. So do with that what you will. But I just thought the video was filmed in a real mausoleum. It was really creepy, but also very Halloween-y, very thriller vibes. And I've got to say, out of all the people I've worked with, he was one of the nicest people and down-to-earth people I've ever worked with. He came right up to me for the scene we shot together, looked me in the eye, shook my hand, asked me my name, and just started talking to me and was so professional. I think I bumped into him at one point while I was dancing next to him. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. And he's like, dude, it's all good. No worries. And I was like, thanks. And he was great. And I'm so thankful that I got to have that experience, that I met Nick Young, we have a shared backup dancer, everybody. We just found out. And hire Nick Young, but don't hire him on the days that we need to bring him on tour, okay? And
we don't need a Katy Perry, Taylor Swift situation.
I know, we don't want that. Justin was so kind. He was so talented. He was so professional. It was like watching the master work. And I had the No Strings Attached cassette tape when I was 7. I got it for my birthday. I used to write songs to it. And all of a sudden, I'm literally dancing next to him, the man that has inspired me to dance since I was a little kid. And it was so full circle.
You're doing that and you're eating turkey with like Paula Abdul. Like this is the
you never know where it can take you. Don't give up, kids. But I will say that, sorry to answer your question.
Should the audience get their money back?
I don't think so. If he got through the whole show and he was singing live, the guy just went on tour and had...
did this from... And if you see
but
the
you know
clips,
why?
it's like...
You know why? He actually has come out and said that he is struggling with Lyme's disease right now, which Avril Lavigne was really, really struggling with for years as well. And for certain people, including my aunt, it can be incredibly debilitating. He got diagnosed during his tour and had the option of canceling the rest of the tour or pulling through. And we don't know what that's like. We know what it's like to be on stage and get through a big set and dance and sing your heart out. But then I haven't seen him since that video. He's been on tour. And this is over a year. And so I'm proud of him. He was so sweet to me. We ate tacos together after the shoot. And he knows my agent. And I showed him some flashback pictures of him with TJ. Hi, TJ. And another shout out.
Well, we're at $100 at this point.
Yeah, at least I'm shouting out other people. I have lots of people to shout out because I love lots of people out there. But I don't. If he canceled the show halfway through, then yes.
Well, so here's something weird, or not weird, but here's a discussion. Sasha Colby, we all know she's like.
I love her,
and you know her very intimately.
Your favorite drag queen's favorite drag queen.
Yeah, I used to go and like do gigs with her all the time.
All the time.
She was one of my first gigs in WeHo. She was there dancing.
I love her.
So she cut her tour in half, and she made a statement, and she says, "I didn't realize what tour life is like when you're giving and giving and giving. And she says, I
she goes
can't
full
give you the
out.
show that you want.
She goes full
And she was very honest, so
out.
she canceled the rest of her tour. I found that more admirable than just squeaking through.
Yeah.
Well, she's not phoning it in, you know? It's
Yeah,
like,
I don't
but
think
she was
they
honest,
deserve-
like, we're all human. We
Good for
are
her.
all
I don't think
tired
they
and our
deserve their
bodies are like...
I don't think they deserve their money back because he showed up, right? But I do think that he needs to rethink how he does the rest of the
Yeah.
show. 'Cause
Yeah.
People,
If he
people way
can't-
in the back are not going to hear you people singing in the front. Like, do you know
And
what I
it's-
mean? Like,
yeah, and they're here to hear you
so
sing,
either
not
you have
the
to play
audience.
the track.
I'd
to
be so
how-
annoyed having to hear the audience sing
Yeah.
someone's song when I'm trying to hear the
I hate
artist
it.
sing their
But
song.
playing devil's
I hate it.
advocate, some of like our favorite artists, Gaga, she's like, put your paws up, put your hands up, and then she'll have people sing along with them. Adele.
But it's a very pointed time, though.
because she's also dancing her ass off and she's also singing her ass off the entire
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, that is
But
true.
Our female artists or women artists, they are held up to such a different
They're now having
standard
to fly
than
in
our
the
artists.
air
I know.
until we clap. I mean,
Yeah.
how
Right.
ridiculous
And the
is
Katy
that?
Perry's been flying
Poor
around like the
Katy-
entire
But
tour.
Katy
I just,
Perry's-
I'm sorry to play devil's advocate,
Alright,
but I
alright.
feel like until we
Okay,
as
okay,
pop
okay.
artists are in that position, we have no fucking clue. Like, and I
Just,
just,
I'm
I
asking,
just
like,
loved him
if you
so
were to buy
much.
a ticket and then, you know,
I wouldn't have asked for my money back. I would have
get
been
to
like,
see
I'm
Justin
watching
Timberlake.
someone who is an icon.
I'm too
and
lazy to do
they're
that
Probably
anyway.
about, They're probably about to pass out.
probably got the bar not even knowing that he wasn't even singing. I'm like, you go, girl, you go, JT. Okay, we have to wrap up. Xavier, I'm so sorry. He has a date.
Oh,
too,
no.
by the way.
Okay, we need to go.
Yeah.
Girl or boy?
Oh,
Man or woman? Are they hot?
Nobody's calling
Hey,
HR.
John.
Yeah,
Are they hot?
Stuart, where can people...
Stuart.
Where can people find and follow you?
Brian, yes. My name's Stewie, but you can call me Cookie if you'd like.
This has been a workout. Stuart, where can people find
Family
and
Guy.
follow you?
You can find me on Instagram. I'm Stewart Taylor. It's the same handle all around. StewartTaylorOfficial.com. Find me on YouTube. Vivo. My new song and video Emilio are out today, so go check it out and go check out our boy.
Yeah.
His video's great too.
Yes,
Robert,
please
where
do.
can we find and follow you?
You can follow me at Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at Robert Rene Music. So
yeah,
Rene is
TikTok.
spelled R-E-N-E.
R-E-N-E,
Yes,
everybody.
please follow
Oh,
me.
and Steven, would you ask for your money back? You wouldn't go see Justin, we know that. Because
I mean,
he's a Britney.
yeah, I just go see Britney. That's usually only.
Yeah.
Brittany.
Last time I saw it was 2016.
Was she
my
good?
Britney.
Was it good?
Oh, it was so good.
I love her.
My
I
friend
love
Marco
that.
did her costumes for the show, so I went to the opening
Really?
for the
Marco?
Yeah.
No way!
Yeah, I've been all of
Marco.
it. I've been in all of his runway shows, and like we've known for years. But yeah, so anyway, you can find me only Steven Dehler on Instagram, and then Steven Dehler wherever else you can find me.
Well, that's all, folks. So it's a grab bag of fun here every weekend on The Rocks. Big thank you to our engineer, Xavier, for making this run smoothly. Thank you to Straw Hut Media. Like, share, subscribe so we can continue bringing this fabulous programming coming your way for free, by the way. Until next time, stay happy, stay healthy, stay sexy, and if you drink, stay tipsy.
Thank you for having us.
This has been another episode of On the Rocks. Tweet me and slide into my DMs on Twitter and Instagram at On the Rocks On Air. Find everything On the Rocks for free at OnTheRocksRadioShow.com. Subscribe, like, review, and share. Until next week, stay fabulous.